Nova Online hasn't been seen much since the end of July, with only a video here and there being dropped to his TikTok. I hoped it was a sign that Nova was finally going to get off the internet, but much like the bed bugs in his house, it's going to take a lot more than wishful thinking to see them gone. Nova has returned in force only recently, and it's like watching a body decay in real time. Nova looks awful, and what we see of his house is only getting worse. The heap spreads like a fungus. And within, we've seen terrible things, like Nova's fetish material just left out in the open. I want to take a look at the start of this time period for Nova, about the last month or so, and bring us back to the present. I also want to do a bit of a before and after of Nova from a few years ago to the Nova of today, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Before Nova took his hiatus from TikTok, I think you could tell that his audience was really piling on the pressure for old Chome, and he just couldn't take it much longer. Nova produced a number of ever-worsening, ever-shortening live streams. The norm for these streams had Nova try to play a video game of some kind, only for the audience to make fun of him for being a predator until he rage quits.
I'm literally talking right now. Well, I can't hear the gameplay either. Something's up with it. Alright, time to send someone to Pound Town.
A make or break pick for the silver.
That is a crude and gross question to ask. Pound Town is my version of the Banhammer. My Mutiny Men's World Champion. Who should it be? Fuck this shit.
The first few minutes of this stream I cut out was him trying to get his mic to work and the chat trolling him and telling him he's still muted. That was the whole stream, give or take. His whole Pound Town bit makes me wonder if he's only saying it so he can get away with saying vaguely inappropriate things while minors are watching. What do you think? This is one of the last admirable attempts at a stream by Nova in the beginning of August, which lasted a few minutes. I kid you not, there have been several streams now that didn't pass the 1 minute mark because Nova shut everything down since someone reminded him he's a predator. I think these interactions are the main reason Nova ended up pulling back from his TikTok, and we haven't seen a stream attempt for a long time now. Nova would upload this image to his TikTok around the time he was dipping his waterlogged toes into content creation again. Y'all are about to see my redemption arc sooner or later. It amazes me that Nova truly believes this. Throughout all of his lying and manipulation, he has somehow convinced himself that what he's done isn't that bad, isn't unforgivable, and he's going to be an internet success story one day. I can't imagine what Nova thought this coming redemption arc would look like. I don't think it was the Bigfoot-esque sightings of Nova that were popping up around this time. Maybe it was something with a bunch of these weirdos that were taking selfies with Nova on the street. I guess that would make him feel pretty redeemed in a way. Somehow I doubt it was the secrets of the hoarder den being revealed to us. In a now deleted karaoke video that has been archived on the Kiwi Farms, this box would be spotted in Nova's living room. That blue box you see is a box of the Little 4 Big premium adult diapers. These diapers are specifically fetish gear, marketed and designed for creeps that are into age regression and scat play. This really does kind of gross me out. Nova, as a man who has been accused of preying on children, buying these fetish diapers with the cartoon dog on it, proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that no redemption is coming. I also can't believe that Nova just left this in the living room where his mother could see it. That's just sick, man. I wonder if he walks around the house in it too, since he's so flagrant about it all. Since we're talking about the diapers, I also want to take a quick look at the reviews for this on Amazon so you can really understand just who this is marketed towards. Oh god. These cutest puppy diapies are so cute, soft and pretty. They have wonderful absorbency and great quality overall, 10 out of 10. So I think this shows just, Nova's contemporaries and what this is used for, right? Moving on to the present, I want to talk about what Nova's been doing now that he's returned to TikTok again. His latest fixation is Pokemon cards. He has this stupid jingle that I'm pretty sure he stole from someone else. Should I open it or should I keep it sealed? I admit, I'm not really sure what the point of it is. Maybe you can let me know in the comments, trading card fans, but I'm certain Nova has not once kept it sealed. Some of these cards from Nova's pack opening videos have even been sent off to be graded, which costs between $25 and $50. It seems like a huge waste of money to me, and making TikToks about it, in my opinion, is just the excuse he can give to his mother and himself for blowing all that money on junk. Astute viewers out there, I can hear you asking, how can Nova afford all of this, especially when he's hardly made any TikToks in the past month? Well, Nova has a Cameo, and it seems to be doing very well for him. Nova's been doing Cameo for a while now, I want to say at least a year or two, and I just have to discourage anyone from actually giving this predator money. I know it should go without being said, but, well, apparently not, because he's made a couple grand off it for sure. To do a bit of math here, there are 675 reviews on his Cameo page, and assuming all of them bought a personalized video for $20, then Nova has made over $13,000 during his time on Cameo. And I really think that this is lowballing by quite a lot, since I assume most people wouldn't even bother leaving a review, so who knows what the true number might be. Whatever the case may be, there is no doubt that Nova has enough money to afford all these cards and expensive fetish diapers because of Cameo. Which is honestly really hard to believe, since the cameos he sends people are just god-awful. A few of them have found their way onto Twitter, and the quality it's about what you'd expect.
What's going on, Braden? Or should I say, Freak Bear as your gamer tag? It's St. Novacatry, and I wanted to wish you a very happy birthday, and I hope you have had or having an amazing one so far. I also heard you're on a weight loss journey, and Matt and I are confident that you will succeed. Came out of nowhere. And while I'm still here, thank you for being a fan. It truly means a lot, and I do appreciate it. What's a good Why am I doing that? I'm just nervous. Once again, happy birthday. Hey, Novacadri.
What was that about? That didn't seem like a nervous gag to me. Say what you will about Nova, but he's able to stay confident behind the camera. I also can't believe he sent that as the Cameo. Being too lazy to do a second take after nearly throwing up is just insulting to those, well, foolish enough to give money to Nova. But you get what you pay for, I guess. Nova may have been a bit sick, probably because of the conditions he lives in. I want to show you one more cameo that I think really shows off the direction Nova and his home are going in.
Picking your draft. So, here's the order. Austin, Caden, Jay, Colin, Dex, Grandma, Lucas, Tate, Jackson, and Aiden. If I missed any names, y'all unfortunately are last. I just wanted to shout out your league. Good luck. Thank you for being fans. Hey, Nova.
Did you catch that? Let me zoom in on it for you. Nova has a little critter living in his folds. It's burrowing in and out of his armpit and who knows where else. I find it hard to believe Nova can't feel that. When I first saw this, the people on My 600 Pound Life that were bedridden and had maggots nesting in their legs came to mind. If Nova continues in this direction, I would not at all be surprised to see him end up like that in another 20 years, maybe. I have to imagine that this is how that sort of thing happens. While making this video, I came across Nova's Amazon wishlist, and I figured this is as good as a time as any to inject with what I found on there. Nova has an adult tricycle on his Amazon wishlist. I imagine that has to go with the diapers. He really is trying to gear out with all this adult baby material. He's gonna be a good friend to Andrew Ditch at some point. But I digress. Seeing this fat fold roach being the latest resident of the Scrivener household, I really wonder what other pests have infested that place. Roaches, fruit flies, rats even. The heap has a lot of places to hide. As time went on, the house has only gotten worse, and so has Gabe. In making this video, I wanted to go back just a few years to 2023 and look at how far Nova has come. On the right of your screen is Nova from just last week, about to sing karaoke. Observe how unkempt he is. He appears unwashed, his hair is slick with grease, he hasn't shaved in a while, and his gut makes him look like he's carrying triplets. On the left is Nova from 2023, back during his gym phase, and what a difference a few years can make. He's cleaner, his hair is less greasy, and he doesn't have that pubic hair glued to his chin he might call a beard. Nova was at least 60, 70 pounds lighter too, maybe more. Let me know if you got a good eye for that sort of a thing. It really goes to show what terrible effects being exposed as an internet predator has on the mind and body. But Nova's ego is too big to leave the internet alone and figure out how to hold down a real job, no matter the amount of stress and shame he feels over the whole thing. And I also doubt that he's willing to distance himself from the children he so desperately wants to be like. In the future, when I compare the Nova of today to the Nova of 2 years from now, I expect to see that Nova has completely fallen apart.